Princess Leonor heartbreak before her wedding ring. Soft bells, wedding gowns, smiles and perfect photos. Then, sudden silence. Not everything in a royal engagement is a fairy tale. Behind the palace gates, a story unfolds no one expected. Was Princess Leonor's heart broken just before her wedding? Or is there another truth the world has yet to see? Tonight we take you inside one of the most whispered about chapters in the life of Princess Leonor of Asturias. Europe's future queen, Spain's beloved royal daughter, a young woman raised in tradition, now on the brink of marriage, and yet facing a personal storm few could imagine. From the moment Leonor returned from her studies abroad, the Spanish press had watched every move. Her public appearances increased. Her smile seemed brighter. A sparkling ring began appearing on her finger, sparking speculation of a royal engagement. The nation prepared itself for a wedding that would echo across Europe. But even as the world dreamed, quiet rumors began to surface: tension, indecision, even heartbreak. In the opening scenes of this story, we see her poised at state dinners, radiant at military ceremonies, perfectly composed before the cameras. Yet, behind closed doors, friends whispered of private tears and long walks alone. Was the pressure of her role colliding with the desires of her heart? Or was the narrative shaped by outsiders hungry for a royal scandal? We trace the origins of this speculation to a series of discreet meetings between Leonor and senior advisors. Some described them as wedding planning sessions. Others saw them as crisis talks. At one event, the future queen appeared without her fiancé at her side. Commentators immediately declared trouble. But what really happened? Our sources suggest the reality is far more complex, and far more human. Let's travel back to the traditions of Spanish royalty. Historically, engagements were arranged with layers of diplomacy and family input. A young heir is expected to balance duty and love. In Leonor's case, she has always represented a modern face of the monarchy, educated, multilingual, grounded. Could that modern approach clash with old expectations? This is where the story deepens. We reveal an unseen thread: the incredible weight of public expectation. Imagine being 19, every choice dissected, every smile read as a signal. Now imagine making one of the most intimate decisions of your life: whom to marry, under that microscope. It's here, insiders say, that Leonor's struggle became real. Not necessarily a breakup, but a reevaluation. A moment of heartbreak, not because love ended, but because duty demanded clarity. As we move through this narrative, we examine three key nights that shaped the story. The first, a gala in Madrid where Leonor's ring was conspicuously absent. Social media exploded. The second, a private dinner with her parents, where witnesses saw long conversations and emotional expressions. The third, a discreet retreat to a royal residence in the countryside, officially a study break, but perhaps a pause to reflect. Each of these events raised questions, but each also offered clues to a different truth. Was this heartbreak before a wedding, or the forging of a stronger future marriage? Friends close to Leonor hint at a young woman determined to follow both her heart and her sense of duty. In their words, she is choosing with wisdom, not running from love. Throughout this program, you'll hear from royal historians who explain how previous princesses navigated similar crossroads, from Queen Letitia's early days to Princess Mary of Denmark's path. You'll also hear from cultural commentators on why the public craves royal heartbreak stories, and how narratives are built even when facts are scarce. We then explore the emotional landscape of the young princess herself. Childhood photographs, her relationship with her sister Sophia, her bond with her parents, the upbringing that gave her resilience and a sense of self. All of this forms the backdrop for the decision she faces now. By the midpoint of our story, the picture sharpens. What many framed as heartbreak might instead be a moment of agency, Leonor ensuring that when she walks down the aisle, it is entirely her choice. That she brings her whole heart to her future marriage. As the narrative slows, we delve into the larger implications. What does this mean for the Spanish monarchy? For her future consort? For young people across Europe who see her as a role model? And for the media, will they learn to respect the privacy of a future queen, or will speculation intensify? The final act of our script returns to the present. Leonor steps into a public engagement, poised, graceful, and wearing the ring once more. A quiet smile. The cameras flash. But this time, the story is different. Heartbreak has not destroyed her, it has defined her, strengthened her, and perhaps saved her from a mistake. We close with a reflection. Even in the world of crowns and titles, love is fragile. Duty can weigh heavy, but sometimes, the hardest knights create the strongest queens. And as Princess Leonor moves toward her wedding day, the world watches not a fairy tale crumble, but a young woman writing her own royal story. Fade out. Strings swell.